I say this as a friend of Ron DeSantis. He's had a bad month and a half. He has not come across as strong or confident. His team would disagree with what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what the grassroots are saying. I see your emails. He's just kind of seemed as a scripted politician where people right now want a fighter. In a time of widespread weakness, Donald Trump is coming across as strong. And Ron DeSantis is not.
Well, apparently the tides are turning away from Ron DeSantis, even amongst his most ardent gubernatorial supporters. Now, like the Florida governor is expected to announce his bid for 2024 anytime once they've changed the law. But should he? Joining me now to discuss is former Trump campaign advisor Roger Stone. Sir, welcome aboard. Lovely hat.
Thank you, Carl. Thanks for having me, and congratulations on your new show, Frontline. Unfortunately, you're on at the exact same time I am at stonezone.live at 5 o'clock, so sometimes I have to catch your show in rerun, but I'm really liking it.
Much appreciated, sir. So what do you think? Look, I happen to know Ron DeSantis. We crossed paths in the military. I really like the guy. I think he's done a fantastic job as governor, but his time, maybe not now?
Well, he was just reelected less than 5 months ago. The state still has very substantial problems. I do think that recently you had a majority of the congressional delegation, Congressman Gus Bilirakis, Congressman Vern Buchanan, Congressman Byron Donalds, Congressman Matt Gaetz from the beginning, Carlos Jimenez, Anna Paulina Luna, Brian Mast, Corey Mills, John Rutherford, Greg Steube, Mike Waltz, and now Dan Webster. These are the people who worked closely or worked, at least served with Ron DeSantis. And therefore they know him. They think, contrary to what his supporters may say, that President Trump is the right man at the right time, and that only he has the larger foreign policy experience, and I think the grit to take on, the deep state. Governor DeSantis is only 42 years old. Look, I voted for him twice. I want to be absolutely clear, but I don't think it is his time. And I do think this new ad by the Trump campaign makes a very good point, which is loyalty in politics matters. Ron DeSantis was a long shot. He was challenging the Florida Republican establishment. I was glad to see that. It was only the tweeted endorsement by Donald Trump that literally catapulted him to the governor's nomination. And then Donald Trump himself had to come here to Florida in the final 2 weeks of the 2018 campaign to do 3 rallies to help drag Ron DeSantis across the finish line. So I really hope that he will wait. But I must tell you, I'm very surprised by this amendment that was filed in the Florida state legislature. Currently, under Florida state law, if you hold state office and you want to seek federal office and the terms overlap, well, then you have to resign your state office. Now, this did not apply for Governor Rick Scott, for example, who was governor and now our U.S. senator, because his term as governor ended before the term of the new U.S. senator began. But they have written this legislation so that it is unique only for a state office holder who seeks to run for president. So if I were in the state legislature and I wanted to run for Congress, and by the way, there are people in that situation, I would be required to resign my state job. But if this amendment passes, as I expect, Ron DeSantis will retain the fundraising fulcrum of the governor's office while running for president.
Crazy to think all that. Roger Stone, that is a whole lot of advice in 1 second. We appreciate you being here, sir.
Thank you very much, and God bless you. Thanks for having me, Carl.
All right, sir.